What's up, guys? This is Mike here with Ninja Trading, and going to bring you guys a quick update, just a daily update for Bitcoin on July 21st. But man, we are excited that it looks like volatility is finally back for Bitcoin, right? As traders, we don't really care if the price goes up or down. I know a lot of people don't like when price goes down, but as traders, doesn't matter as long as there's volatility, because this right here, for a while, man, there just wasn't much movement besides scalp. So volatility is finally back. A lot more people are excited because it's to the upside. So what I'll cover is kind of the trade setup on how we enter to catch some of this move. Um, why. So here's the thing, right? Everybody was so bearish right here, and I'll tell you why I wasn't immediately bearish for the breakdown of the range. And then I'll go over at the end. I'll go over the outlook for what I think is next, right? So first things first. So many people were getting bearish. I went over this on my weekly update on Monday, but unfortunately there wasn't sound. The video is still up, so you can see all of this. Just no sound, right? But you can see that the evidence is there. So we had this, right? So if you guys watch any like big crypto YouTube guys for trading, I mean, some of them are great guys, but they make their money off of views and yeah, not off trading. So we had this descending wedge, which by textbook descending wedges break up, right? So two things. One, we had a lot of people longing this, so there's a lot of liquidity to fill shorts, right? Because people that pattern trade, that only pattern trade, right? And not just like we don't pattern trade, but sometimes we use it as a level of confluence. But people are expecting this to break up, so there's going to be a flush down. And then I'll play you this. So this was what I was looking for back on the 14th while we're here. I noticed that there would be a lot of liquidity right here. So I'll play you this clip that does have sound from the 14th.
So we could come down below these lows and take some liquidity before heading up, but the probability that we break this low before heading up first to our 42 target, maybe even 48 to 52 target, that's one of follow away. But if we head down there and come back in the range, I would say it's very bearish. But if you just look at the entire range, the point of control has shifted.
So I have to go back a little bit more.
Happens down here, the more likely we're to go up, right? After this little swing, we can't come down and take these lows right below 30K, no, but I think the probability of us breaking 29K, so we could come down below these lows and take some liquidity before heading up, but the probability that we break this low before heading up first to our 42.
So that was, I kind of hopped around a little bit. So that was on the 14th, by the way. So these updates are pretty important. On the 14th, I was saying, there's some stops right here. So we were in a long from like right here, right? We got this nice little long for about 1100 pips, which for this movement, that wasn't bad. So we broke these lows, okay? And I was prepping you for on the 14th while we're still up here. Can we break these lows? Yes. Grab all the liquidity, pretty darn likely. And my weekly update video was somewhere around here too, where I was saying like, look, I'm not looking for the bottom of this range to break, even though the market structure looked very bearish. I'm definitely not looking for the bottom of this range to break, right? I mean, I could be wrong, but there's just not enough liquidity or not enough large positions filled from all this. I mean, it's just going down, down, down. Usually like market makers would want to gather more liquidity up here. And I was saying how the accumulation is this little bit off topic, but so I was saying how all of the volume is starting to get accumulated down here. So for the people that were playing, Wyckoff, this wasn't the time to do it back here because your point of control, all of your volume was still right here. So it'd be very unlikely that if there's Wyckoff accumulation, that there's very little accumulation at the bottom and up. Now there's a lot of accumulation going, well, not a lot, but relatively a lot here compared to before. So this is actually starting to look a lot more like Wyckoff, right? And I'll go over more of that later. But, as I mentioned in that video, we were likely to break this right now. Okay, grab the liquidity down here while everybody was getting super bearish. And I'll show you the proof right here, right? This is on bybit volume profiles. Down here, look at all the negative volume delta down here, and still down here too, right? This is all new negative net negative shorts opening. Even like right here, 18 million net shorts on the net open shorts on the open, right? So if there could have been more volume. So there could have been another random numbers like 10 million shorts open and 10 million shorts close, but this is net shorts. So you had a ton of shorts open down here before eventually getting squeezed. So this is why you don't buy into the whole sentiment. Buying a sentiment will get you wrecked. Up here, the sentiment was going to 100K, got you wrecked, right? I was up here, people were saying, oh, we're going to 100K now. I was saying we need a short, right? Down here, people were like, we need a short because, people had all these funny, like, descending triangle targets. Right? Just something like this. Right down to, I wonder if this is how people got 17K. But this is like, people had all these targets, but that's why there's so many people late shorting down here and panic selling, generating liquidity to go back up. So I recognize that, which is why we had this long in place. Right now, that one is obviously cashing out. 2,200 pips so far, not bad. I'll go over more in detail. Actually, let me go over that trade setup. So we had a high value node right here from the drop, which was right about here. What if I still have it? Oh, actually, past the high value node. So I don't have it marked on. Do I have it marked on this chart? Yeah. So we had the end of a single print and a high value node down here. We grabbed the liquidity. We spent so much time down here without actually breaking down. And if you watched my range trading video yesterday, this was a very, very easy trade for you, right? So as I mentioned in Bitcoin, you have swing failure patterns. So look, even if you missed this setup, which this was actually not the most optimal entry, but for a swing trade, perfectly fine, right? So if you didn't pay attention to that, or you didn't catch that setup in the group, so look, go ahead and watch the range trading video, and this is the easiest thing in the world, right? You have your low, you have your swing failure, wicked right back in. You could have longed any of this. Stop loss below the low. Never look back, right? Let's say if you missed that too, go watch my Fibonacci video, or videos, there's multiple of them. This gave you two perfect golden pocket entries. Even if you entered here, higher risk, but I mean, 245 pips in Bitcoin, that's still nothing, right? Take off. So you got gifted 1, 2, 3 entries if you missed that. Technically, this would have been a nice entry too, but your stop loss probably would have been below the low, and you might have got stopped out unless you used a wider stop. But maybe we'll call it 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This was a nice swing failure for like a nice little short scalp too, but perfect entry. Easy peasy, right? So, that's why I say, so let me bring this back a little bit. This is why I say don't buy into the sentiment. Even in the video with no sound, I was like, you can tell with images, I was circling below 30K, and then I think I had an arrow go back up. So you can check that it's there, right? So did I say it was impossible to break down? No. I mean, as a trader, there's no such thing as impossible, right? But likelihood of us breaking down there, very low. So what now? So if you've been watching any of my videos, you'll know that the point of control is shifting down and more volume being transacted down here is very good, right? If you go back and watch my weekly update videos, I said over here, it was 2 days after the drop, I said, or 3 days after the drop, we can go sideways for 3 months and that would be deemed good, right? So 64 days in. So people were like saying we're going to break out of this range 2 months, 64 days ago, when I was prepping everybody for 3 months. So this could go on for another, like 24 days to, what does that say, middle of August. But I think we're getting a little bit more mature in the range. So two possible scenarios, right? So we're approaching the point of control. This could still be a bull trap, right? Do I have that short? We could technically have a short position right here. So we could do one of these, reject out the point of control. I don't know what just happened. Come back down. So that's still, that's why we took profits here. That's one scenario. We can come all the way up here from a lower high and just go, right? So that's entirely possible. So I'll monitor the volume as we go, but it does look like, I mean, this whole way up, it does look like there's actually longs entering the market too, not just, I mean, the shorts are getting squeezed, but if you didn't see all these net longs up here and it was just shorts getting wrecked, a little bit more cautious, right? Because that's just the shorts getting squeezed and repositioning. But so far, we're getting interested in longs too. One other thing is, yeah, I never paid too much attention to this before, but it seems like that lately we've gotten some massive pumps on Bitfinex shorts, and towards the bottom of these drops in net shorts is actually when the bottom is over. So this could have been the bottom, or we can still get one more flush. I don't usually use indicators like that or other charts like that, but this one has been playing out at a very what do we call it, high clip, right? So this was the second 31K drop. This was the 28 8K drop. This was that peak of the last drop. So I mean, it's there, right? So I believe the drop was over towards like the bottom of these, so we could be seeing that now. So this could have been the bottom actually. So with that being said, what am I looking for? So do I think we can just head straight back down from here? I would give it less than a 10% chance, even at the point of control rejection. We'll have to see, right? If we start doing one of these at the point of control, it's very likely that we're going to head down and sweep this liquidity. Do I think that we're going to just go straight to like 20K, like a lot of people are saying from here? No, because there's just so much longs filled, and I'm not talking about like on-chain analysis. I don't. Some of that doesn't. Yeah, I don't put a lot of weight to that. But when you look at what's going on in exchanges, there's a lot of longs happening. There's a lot of transaction happening down here now. There's a lot of longs getting filled, right? And you could tell that by what I just showed you with the volume profile. So price all along here, you see some big longs get filled down here, and the volume delta is getting positive. So you get some massive longs with open interest hovering and not dropping. Usually on drops, the open interest has been dropping, and like every push up, we've been getting a lot of longs. So there's a lot of buying interest down here. So that could actually play out for Wyckoff. So what am I looking for now? My biggest scenario is if we do this and just kind of hover around here, like I mentioned in all the other update videos, for like another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then we start getting a pump, I would say we're continuing bull run. So here's the thing, I would say that 70% chance that this bull run is not over. I've been saying that since this drop. I don't think this bull run is over, especially the longer that this sideways consolidates, right? Because we're accumulating more longs to go up. So the longer that we spend here, the more possibility that I see us going to 100, 120K this year. What I would be concerned about is if we just start doing this, come straight up here, grab the liquidity, grab these stops, and then start heading back down. Or my other condition that I've been saying in update videos, come to the 48 to 50K range, and then start coming back down here, right? The reason why that's bearish is because it allows shorts to reload. If you think about it, right? It's all, this market is controlled by the market makers. And if you think about it, right, if the market makers want to push it down, okay, they filled a lot of shorts up here, made some money, reloaded on shorts, made a lot of money, okay, kind of reloaded, came down here, now this is accumulating. If you think that they're going to go down here, would the market makers A, think about this, right? Would market makers A not have an opportunity to refill shorts and just come down? Or B, would they have an opportunity to fill shorts, grab all the liquidity for all these shorts, have all the FOMO longs, and then come down? What makes more money, right? No new short positions down, or all short positions here down, or short positions from this range and down, right? What makes more money mathematically? So just think about that, right? If the market makers wanted to fill large short positions, they would bait you into longs. And the two ways to do that is trigger stop losses for shorts, or just have people FOMO long, or a combination of both, right? So that's where I think we are right now in this range. I would look for a little bit more sideways, although this bounce right now is looking like one of those that doesn't give you a serious retrace or a deep enough retrace to long. But that's okay. I mean, we're positions. We don't need to FOMO long. And we'll just, could do one of these, reject off the point of control, then maybe get a 382 or a 618 and then back up, right? That would be very ideal. If we get it, that would be a gift. But other than that, that's all I want to talk about today. Just I would trust these videos a lot more than just market sentiment, right? People were just looking for lower, didn't happen. Let's see, do I want to do a quick gold update? By the way, this is going well. Our golden golden pocket buy. If any of you are wondering, I posted this way in advance. Right here before the move happened. Then the move happened. It's doing quite well. Doing quite well. Anyways, the 10K to 100K challenge is almost complete. It only takes one trade. Only takes one trade. So, stock market, take the pivot. Now we have another naked pivot, but I mean, unless this breaks serious structure, there's no reason to get bearish on the stock market, especially with inflation, right? Dixie looks like, I mean, yeah, it looks like this could just be backtesting for support and back up. So there's no reason to be bearish on Dixie just yet. And I mean, from a long-term perspective, this is mega bullish. It's based on market structure. This had these pullbacks, but now we're coming into the tops right here. So this could be one of those basic SR flips. Nothing earth-shattering right here. Gold. Traded super technically. Got that pivot that I was looking for, that I put in the group, in the 382, and then back down to our range lows. This looks like we can just be stuck in a range for a while. Looks like there is some buying interest down at the range lows. But I would just look for, I mean, this still looks juicy right here. This 786 on the golden pocket, that looks very juicy still for a short. So, but I mean, we can just remain range bound with implement ninja fib strategy trading. But I think that's about it, guys. Hope that makes sense. I'll bring you any more updates if Bitcoin does anything or gold does anything. But moral of the story is, don't FOMO long, don't FOMO short, don't try to catch this, wait for retrace. I will look for more trades for you guys. Until next time, let's crush it.